subscribe button and also turn on the alerts. And give us a thumbs up too. Let's jump into the video. Hi everybody, today is October 13th, 2018, and I wanted to take this time out of my day to make a postpartum video about baby Marley. She was born September 13th, 2018, and it has exactly been a month today. I want to first start talking about my weight loss. When a week before I had her, I was 132, and when I went back to my 3-week checkup, I believe it was my 3-week checkup, I was 118. So I lost all of my baby weight. I'm not going to say I lost everything, because before I was pregnant I was 106, but I don't have a problem being 118. But for a majority of my pregnancy, I was mostly just stomach. I didn't gain any weight really in my arms and my face. I didn't have any swelling or anything. Nothing in my thighs or in my breast area or my butt area. Nothing there. Also, I haven't worked out or anything because I'm still 4 weeks and I haven't been cleared to work out for my 6-week mark. I haven't been on any diets or anything, and I don't really plan to do any diets once I am cleared, but I do plan to just walk every day and also probably go to the gym and just do light activities because I am breastfeeding. And when you breastfeed, if you do strenuous workouts, your milk supply, it'll dry up. And I am planning to breastfeed for her first year of life. With breastfeeding, while I was in the hospital, I did not have any problems with latching. She was born at 4:59, and an hour after she was born, I decided to breastfeed her. My mother did help me out, and it was wonderful. As soon as I put her on my arm, my mom helped me out a lot. I can't tell you exactly what she did because I don't remember, but as soon as she was in my arm, my mom helped me and she latched immediately. Ever since then, I haven't had any problems with her latching or any problems with her breastfeeding. I know other people have experiences where they say they have cracking or their baby can't latch correctly and it hurts them very bad, but I haven't experienced any of that. While I was in the hospital and we were in our delivery room and we got moved to our after stay, like when you just stay there. We got moved there, and when you breastfeed, you have these contractions in your uterus, and it's your uterus just going back to the normal size that it was before you got pregnant. And while I was breastfeeding her, it kind of hurts a little. It's not very bad. It just feels like a period cramp kind of. So it was just every time she would latch on and breastfeed, it would just feel like a cramp, and then blood would come out, of course, because you just had a baby. The bleeding that I've had, first day, well, I guess I have to say the second day that I had her, the bleeding was, I can't say it was too bad. I've read posts before about a lot of people talking about how they have really bad bloody shows. I haven't had any of that. I just had normal bleeding, like if I was having my menstrual. Probably every 2 to 3 hours I would have to change my pad. When I got home, I was using the Always overnight pads, the purple kind. I was using that at first, and I also had the pad sickles where you open up before I had Marley, I would open up the pad and I would take probably 2 to 3 pumps of aloe vera, pump it on the pads, rub it in there with a spoon across the whole pad, and then I will also use the same spoon, put witch hazel on the spoon, fill the whole spoon up, and just drizzle it over the pad, and I'll just close it up and I'll put it in the deep freezer. Once I had Marley and I came home, I tried that one day. It felt really wonderful on my wound because I had stitches, but in the other areas where I didn't really need the coldness, it was so cold. I just found myself walking like as if I was a sumo wrestler. It was funny. Everybody was laughing at me, but I was really uncomfortable because of the coldness. Once the coldness died down a little bit, it was very uncomfortable because if you have all that liquid, which was from the aloe vera and then the witch hazel, it was just very goopy and just wet. So I would take it off immediately and go put on a dry pad. So I would mostly only use that if I had pain down there after the bathroom. But I mostly just used the dry regular pads. I think I only probably used about 2 of the padsicles that I had, and I made about, I'll have to say 25, so I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of them. Pumping. I am 4 weeks now, and they say you're not supposed to pump probably in your first 4 weeks after you have a baby because it causes confusion within the regulating your milk. I did start pumping, I would have to say, I started pumping in the first week because when you first have your milk come in, the engorgement in your breasts, my breasts were huge. Like, they were probably up to here. They were huge and they hurt very bad because there was so much milk in them and the milk supply kept, so I said, and I had a manual pump too. This is the pump that I would use. It's a manual pump. The hospital gave it to me. I pump one side and it felt so wonderful just to empty out my breast. And the first time I had pumped, it was probably about 4 ounces in one boob. So I would empty that and I put it in ice trays and then I put that into a deep freezer for later on. Then I would do the other side. I probably got about 2 ounces out of the other side. Because this, and another thing, in your breast, just like how you have one that's larger than the other, one breast is going to produce more milk than the other one will. On my body, my left breast produces way more milk than my right one does. I don't know if it's the size of the breast, because my left one is bigger than my right one, but my left one produces way more milk than my right one. Now, since I'm 4 weeks now, I pump probably once a day if I remember and if I have the chance. I don't really have the problem with engorgement anymore, but if I feel like, oh, I just want to pump just to have some milk like left over, then I'll go ahead and pump. Especially because I have the manual pump, I don't really feel motivated to sit there and press this for probably 40 minutes, 20 on this side, 20 on this side. I just don't feel the need to do that. I am having an electric one come, but for right now, not me. As far as my mental state, mentally, I haven't had any postpartum depression. I haven't had any baby blues, but that's just me. I can't speak for everybody. Me, I haven't had any of that. I'm always happy every single morning, even if it's days where I get no sleep, which is rare because my Marley does sleep throughout the night. But during the days where sometimes she doesn't sleep throughout the night or she's very fussy in the day, I still don't get discouraged. So as far as my stitches go, I did have to get stitches after I had her. I had a 2nd degree tear. I did have epidural during my deliveries, so I didn't feel when they stitched me up. The next day, I did feel that. And in the hospital, they give you ibuprofen every 6 hours. During that, the stitches, while I was sitting in the bed at the hospital, they didn't hurt me too bad. If I would get up to go to the bathroom, as soon as I sat up and placed my feet down on the floor and stood up, I would just be like, oh, ooh. And I'll just be walking like this to the bathroom. Then I would ease down on the toilet. It wasn't too bad, but it was still something I had to get used to because I'm not used to my vagina hurting down there. It's 4 weeks now, so I am healed down there. I don't have any complications. My stitches look normal. Well, they're gone now. They dissolved and fell out. Well, they dissolved. And it's back to normal. What I did put on my stitches, they give you a little Perry bottle, and I will show you guys that because I will do postpartum essentials. They give you a little Perry bottle so that you can use. I did use it. I used warm water while I was in a hospital and just squirt that as I peed or after I peed. I would squirt that so that it would ease the pain a little bit. But I also, when I got home, I decided to up it up a notch since I wasn't using my pad. I did 5 pumps of aloe vera, and then I did 5 seconds worth of witch hazel into the little bottle, and I would just have that prepped. And then whenever I would go to the bathroom, either at night or during the day, I would turn on the hot water, wait for it to get hot, and then once it was too hot, I would turn on the cold water so that equaled it out. And then I would put the little Perry bottle under the water and let it fill up, close it, swish it around a little bit, and then after I was done using the bathroom, I would just squirt that on my vagina, and it felt so wonderful. I believe the aloe vera and the witch hazel helped me a lot with the healing with my stitches down there, and I would also recommend that to you too. As far as for me, with my pushing, well, throughout my pregnancy, I had hemorrhoids. Some people do get hemorrhoids while they're pregnant, some people don't. I had hemorrhoids. So when I had her, my hemorrhoids got worse, especially from the pushing. So after delivery, my stitches plus my hemorrhoids was just insane. When I would sit on the toilet, I would be like I would stand up. I would just stand up, and as I'm going down, I'm like, ooh, ooh, oh my goodness. That was me on the toilet. So those hemorrhoids plus the stitches did a number on me. I did have to end up going to Walmart and getting Preparation H. At my doctor's appointment, which was a 3-week doctor's appointment, I forgot to ask my doctor what could I use for my hemorrhoids. So I just went out and got Preparation H and applied that, and it helped with the discomfort. But once I went to have a bowel movement again, it kind of, because I didn't insert it on the inside, I just did it on the outside. It helped, but it just eased the discomfort. As far as vitamins that I'm taking postpartum, I'm not taking any vitamins except for my prenatal vitamins because I am breastfeeding, and that's the only type of vitamins that I'm taking. While I was pregnant, I was taking iron pills, but I went to the doctor and they told me that I do not need to continue to take my iron pills. So the only thing that I am taking currently are prenatal pills. The hormonal changes, oh my goodness. I don't believe I had hormonal changes as far as during my pregnancy. Probably did. I was a little bit more sensitive during my pregnancy, and now postpartum, I've been told that I've been a little bit mean. I don't see it, but I guess others who are observing see it. But they say I've been mean. I'm gonna talk about BO, and it's insane. Ever since I've had Marley, I would take a shower, sometimes I forget to put deodorant on. If it's a day I'm just sitting in the house, I'll just forget to put deodorant on because I'm sitting in the house. My underarms will start smelling really bad in about an hour, like that. I don't understand it, but it comes with pregnancy. My underarms, I don't think I've ever, before I was pregnant, smelled my underarms that bad, especially an hour after getting out of the shower. So the hormonal changes for I don't even know what part of my body deals with the BO, but it smells really bad. My nail length changes. While I was pregnant, my nails were probably about out to here, that long. As you can see, they're short. They're not short because they fell off or they broke off or they got really soft. They're short because I cut them down this short because I would kind of see myself scratching Marley a little bit, probably on her butt, or if I would grab her head, sometimes my nail would go into her head. So I just cut them down for her safety. They are growing back, but I tend to just keep cutting them down because I don't want to hurt Marley as far as my nails go. Like, she's already has her own nails of her own, grabbing her face, scratching her own face. I don't want to be a contributor to that. Stretch marks. As far as stretch marks go, throughout my pregnancy, I did not have stretch marks. I used shea butter. I also used coconut oil, and I also used the Palmer's itching oil, so I wouldn't scratch or anything. I used that in the beginning of my pregnancy. I used that 3 times a day, in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. When I probably got to my second trimester, I just used it once I was in the shower, and then like after I got out the shower. In my third trimester, I just used only coconut oil. Probably about 1 month before I had Marley, 3 lines of stretch marks came on my stomach. So my stomach was, and it was just at the bottom. And it was very faint and very light. Like, it wasn't anything that you would be able to notice. After I had Marley and my stomach went down and my uterus contracted back to normal, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened, but I had like 10 stretch marks, and they're very noticeable now. Very noticeable. My stomach is also, I'm not sure if it's because it's just became fall and I was pregnant throughout the summer. My stomach is darker, like very dark compared to the rest of my skin color. I also did have a belly piercing, and I took the belly piercing out at the beginning of my second trimester, and I put a pregnancy belly ring in. That pregnancy belly ring did not work too well for me. It started stretching in the area where I had my ring, and now I don't know if it's a permanent black dark mark on my belly, but it's a nasty mark. I don't know if it's gonna go away. As far as my appetite, they say that your appetite usually goes up after you've had a baby. For me, that's not true. My appetite has went down. Before I got pregnant, my appetite was very low. I would probably eat once a day. While I was pregnant, for the sake of my daughter, and because I was hungry, I would eat 3 times a day plus 2 snacks, probably 2 meals instead of the snacks. So that would probably be 5 times a day. Now, I'm probably never hungry. I'll probably wake up with her around 9 a.m., attend to her, do whatever I have to do, forget about eating, and then when I do remember to eat, it's probably 3 o'clock. Then by that time, I'm like, oh, well, it's almost about to be dinner. I don't want to spoil my dinner. So I'll honestly not even worry about it, and then I'll go make dinner, probably not eat dinner until 7 o'clock. So I'll probably only eat once a day plus a snack. For my nighttime wake-ups throughout the night, I don't know if you mothers know this or not, but your milk increases a lot throughout the night. So you'll have a lot of leakage throughout the night. So I'm just warning you now. Even though my milk supply is regulated, at nighttime I have to wear nursing pads just so that the other boob doesn't leak while I'm feeding Marley. And throughout the night, you should switch her because of how much milk supply you will have. As far as changes with my vision has gotten very bad since I've had Marley. That's all I have to say for now. If you like this video and you want to see my postpartum essentials, please give me a thumbs up, and I will also do that video. Bye. If you can go ahead and follow us on Instagram and also add us on Snapchat. Thank you.